Welcome to a special episode of On Texas Football. I'm Bobby Burton, joined by Gerry Hamilton. Update from The Athletic, senior writer, NFL insider, Diana Russini. This is not your average, everyday reporter. This is someone that is incredibly well-sourced across the NFL, is reporting that Steve Sarkisian's agents or representatives have told NFL owners that the Texas head football coach would be willing to entertain NFL offers this offseason. Russini reporting that in Saturday morning's The Athletic, New York Times publication. Gerry, there's a couple things that I have thoughts on here. One, very interesting timing, given that Texas is getting ready to play Mississippi State in about 5 hours in Starkville. Texas 5-2 on the campaign, trying to keep a season together. Also interesting timing because this may be the first time in Sark's career where his offense was questioned by reporters on Monday. What are your thoughts on this report and the timing of it?
Yeah, the timing of this, arguably couldn't be worse for the Texas team, seeing as they're playing Mississippi State in Starkville at 3:15, and they're coming off their worst offensive performance as a university since 2015, I believe was the year, 172 yards in regulation against Kentucky, and a team that's been reeling all week offensively, and you're trying to find that motivation, and Sark comes out Monday and says the offense is going to look totally different, and you're trying to build back up from that poor performance and then go on the road once again to close out the month of October, four straight weeks away from home. And now your team, there's no way these kids don't see this. They're on social media. Everybody's got their phones. People will be texting them. So what does this do to the team? It creates chatter on game day when you're in a must-win game. So the timing couldn't be worse.
Yeah, it's going to cause a focus issue, right? They've got to be incredibly focused later today to try to come out on a win. I will say this. I reached out to a couple of different officials at the University of Texas. One of them said, and this is what I want your commentary next on it, Gerry.
Yeah.
Zero truth to that. One of them said zero truth to that. So there is some internal disbelief on this. Another one, Gerry said, if it's anybody doing it, it would be Sark's agent, Jimmy Sexton, trying to leverage some kind of deal somewhere, whether that's Lane Kiffin getting more money from Florida and putting Sark in play, whatever the case might be. There are some thought that Sark's agent is the one that put this out. What are your thoughts to it, Gerry?
Yeah, I mean, look, my initial reaction to that would be, I find it hard to believe that Steve Sarkisian coming off the game they had last week would be part of a plot for Lane Kiffin. That doesn't make sense to me at all, because Texas has been reeling on offense, and they're trying to find answers. And being part of anything like this right now could make it harder to find answers.
Yeah, I agree with that. My question is, so where does this come from? Obviously, it is an agent-sourced article. She's not talking to Sark or something like that. But is this part of that whole interplay? Oh, well, Sark could be in play, so it ups the ante for everybody at Florida or wherever there are jobs open? Or do you think there could be some actual truth to it, even though we're being told that there's not at this point?
Look, Diana Russini is a well-respected person. Doesn't mean she's right 100% of the time. Nobody is. None of us are, right? But the thing I'd find hard to believe from this is that she talks to somebody, and you don't just put this out without saying, "Are you okay if I report this?" Well, that just doesn't happen. Bobby, you've worked in the business a long time. I mean, you're going to get are you okay if I report this? So somebody's got to say yes to that. And I don't think somebody's working behind anybody's back on this either, right? That's not the way this stuff works. I mean, so I think this is a legitimate thing. I don't think there's nothing to this, because obviously Diana Russini would have asked that main question. Are you okay if I report this? And somebody obviously told her yes. She didn't go rogue on this. That's not the way these type of reports work. So there's something to this. The question is how much and what.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what every Texas fan is going to ask, because not only is there a game today, there's recruiting to be involved with here down the stretch. We just reported, or you reported, that they've got a Florida State player commitment coming in next week for an official visit. There's other official visitors coming up later in the season as well. And then you have this whole new era of college football where retention and the transfer portal are major aspects of team building. And this would seem to put that in jeopardy at some level, right? If there even a scintilla of truth to it, Jerry. But again, I've been told by one party that there is zero truth to that. And we will see what comes of this. But there is no doubt in my mind that this could cause disruption, not only today in this game, but also long-term as it relates to recruiting, transfer portal, and even retention, as I mentioned.
Bobby, after the game today, win, lose, or draw, what's going to be the first question people ask Sark? They're going to ask him about, somebody's going to ask about this report. So whatever happens in the game, that's what this report does. Whatever happens in the game, one of the first maybe the first question or one of the first few questions in the post game is going to be, would you like to care to comment on this report? So what does that do for the team? The timing is just really bad.
Yeah, the timing's horrible. I think that we'll see what he says as a response to that, obviously. And maybe that will, maybe he'll say something as simple as, I don't comment on those kinds of reports. There's nothing to it, et cetera. But look, we've heard those kinds of responses from coaches before, and some of the times they're true or legitimate, and sometimes they're not. And you have to try to make your understanding of it. Any other element of this that is interesting to you, Jerry, or that you want to bring up in this special report?
No, I mean, look, I just, the timing of this is just, it just doesn't sit well with me, particularly because you're 5-2 and you just had a horrible offensive performance. I mean,
it's like, hey, Jerry, to your point, it's like if Jimmy Sexton decided to do this today, and that's his agent, that's Sark's agent,
yeah.
Or if, why? Of all the days, I mean, this should have been a Monday news dump when everybody else is talking, not a Saturday morning issue. Right.
Well, especially not when everything else is going on. I mean, the focus is on Florida and Penn State. I mean, right. And it's one thing if something like this is dropped, if you're 7-0 and ranked number 1 in the country, but it's like you're struggling offensively more than you have since you've been at Texas or rebuilt the program, which Sark's done a really good job of, by the way, rebuilding the program. I mean, I want to point that out. Texas has been in the national semifinals 2 years in a row. But now you're struggling more on offense than you have, and you're 5-2, and things aren't really going as planned. That's what's weird about why you put this out now, because normally, with Florida having interest in Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin's riding high at Ole Miss, right?
Until maybe he loses today to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, this is a very, what have you done for me lately?
Yes.
What have you done for me lately profession? Absolutely is. Sark, to your point, has taken Texas to back-to-back college semifinals. And here we are at 5-2, and all of a sudden people are asking questions about what's going on, Sark. Why aren't you better? And that sort of thing. And so it is one of the darndest professions you'll ever see. Hero one day and zero the next.
Yeah.
And
peacock today, feather duster tomorrow, as Rick Barnes used to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I hope that we get some comment from Sark post game, and whether that is positive, negative, or whatever. At least we'll have him on the record on it. But right now, this is a report from The Athletic. Again, Diana Rossini, their senior NFL reporter, who is well sourced. You will go and see the most recent articles. She's quoting Jerry Jones and Jeffrey Lurie at a meeting with the other NFL owners. So it's very interesting where this all comes from. One of the jobs apparently is the Titans in Nashville. That's the Adams family, who has some ties to the state of Texas, obviously. They were the previous owners of the Houston Oilers. It's just an odd situation that for it to occur on a Saturday in the middle of October, when Texas is going to Starkville. The team needs its singular focus on this game, not on something else. It can't, and the last thing you want to see, Jerry, by the way, is Texans go out there and lay an egg.
Yes.
And then use this as this distracted us from playing a great game.
Yeah.
It was an undue distraction. I feel like nobody that should not be a scapegoat. But again, I'll repeat, one of the persons I spoke with said that there is zero truth to this report. And that's an internal source. So we'll go with that at this time. But as Jerry and I have been around a long time, things like this don't get out there without somebody pushing a button, whether that's usually a coach's agent trying to either get more money for that coach or another coach that he is representing at that time. Any other comments, Jerry?
Yeah, look, the Egg Bowl is normally Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. Let's hope Texas doesn't lay one today.
There you go. All right, that's going to do it. We want to say by the way, SeatGeek is our sponsor this year. Any Texas fans going to see the Longhorns take on the Bulldogs later today and don't have tickets at the last minute, give SeatGeek a try if you're still looking for those tickets. With more than 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. College football is back. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. So you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. Plus every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. Of course, we've got a deal for all OTF fans. Use code OTF10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code OTF10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it again. Thank you from our folks over at SeatGeek. Again, Jerry, we'll end it here. This is an interesting game now, even more so for the Texas Longhorns. Yeah. We will see what happens from here, but man, what a bomb to be dropped on a Saturday prior to a game going on the road 5-2. We'll see. That's all I can say right now. We've got guys. We also have our tailgate coming up here at noon today. Our friends Jeff Howe will be leading that for us. Jerry, you'll be on that, I believe, as well as CJ Vogel live from Starkville. Then the Watch with Us, sponsored by our friends at Vaughn Lane. That begins at 3:15. And then immediately following the game, we've got Flight by Yingling, sponsoring our postgame show. Rod Babers, myself, and Brian Robeson expected to be there for this game. All right, that'll do it for today. Steve Sarkisian, what are you up to, man? That's the question. Hook 'em horns.